Hi guys, thanks for watching our last segment on fuel systems and injectors. We've got a lot of great feedback on it, and I thought I would address some of the questions and suggestions for this next video. Michael Phillips, you should do a segment on knock sensors and combating false knock readings. That's a great subject because doing tuning, everybody's always looking at knock. We're always trying to avoid knock. I mean, knock is the most damaging thing that can happen to an engine, and we want to avoid it at all costs. And how do you know the difference between real knock and false knock? Well, I got to go back to my original tuning skills from when I was a kid and pull the spark plugs out and read them. That's where you're going to find out what's real and what's false. That's the best place to look. There's some other indicators that we can use when we're on the dyno. We can watch the tailpipe. If you see puffs of brown smoke, that's real knock. Okay, if you watch the belt tensioner will start to jump. That's real knock, because the engine is actually fighting against itself, and that's what makes that tensioner jump up and down. If that tensioner is nice and smooth, you can guarantee it. If you're seeing knock readings in the knock sensors, then it's probably false knock. What kind of tests can we run and to determine real knock versus false knock? Octane is always the safest way to test for real and false knock. If you think you got a knock problem, throw 5 gallons of 100 octane in it, or throw octane booster in it or something, and if that knock doesn't go away after that fuel gets up into the system, then there's a good chance it's false knock. What causes false knock? False knock, I found so many instances where something is touching, either in the engine compartment, underneath the chassis. The exhaust systems are probably the number one culprit. If the headers are touching the body somewhere, or one of the pipes is touching the body somewhere, or even all the way back to the tailpipe. If your tailpipe is touching the body, it's a metal-to-metal contact. The knock sensors are going to pick that up, and they're going to be pulling timing out of your tune that doesn't need to be pulled. That's real false knock. We've even seen air filters, air filter tubes touching the radiator support, stuff like that. One time I had a rock in the right rear control arm of the Camaro that drove us crazy trying to find this knocking noise that was pulling timing. There was a rock bouncing into the control arm. We pulled that rock out, all the knock went away. So that was an interesting find. It's always a good story. Getting back to knock sensors and tuning, you have to test incrementally. The other thing you want to watch out for, or I should say you could use as an indicator, if you add a degree of timing and you pick up 10 or 15 horsepower, the motor needed it. If you add another degree and it only picks up 5, take that last degree out. You don't need it. Okay, because if you're not gaining more than 10 horsepower from a degree of timing, you're probably getting right on that edge where you should be. So that's those are some tips and tricks you can use doing your own tuning. Thanks for watching. If you like the videos, please subscribe and follow us. Give us a like, and we'll try and do another one of these soon. Thank you.